So good morning everybody. So what do you think of the new blondes look? Apparently blondes have more fun, so I fancied a change, and to perk me up a bit I went to my lovely hairdresser friend in Devizes and got it done yesterday, and I'm quite pleased with it. So this morning I, for a change, was the knight in shining armour and helped Pat, who is behind us. She's on her own, she's solo boating on a narrow boat, and she was the one who helped me up the lock last week when the boat was tipping to one side. So I said to her I will help her go down the lock because she needed water and she wants to moor at the bottom. So that's what I did. And what you're about to see, it was my very first lock ever. So if I sound a bit stupid, that's because I am as regards locks. So I'm intending to do more locks and help Jamie out a lot more than I have been. And he will do more captaining, and we'll see how it goes. Although I have to say the locks are heavy and I think I prefer captaining. Enjoy. So good morning everybody. Today I am helping our next door neighbour to move her boat, which means I am doing the lock. So I've untied. She's untying the boat and I have done opened the lock and closed it again with a bit of tuition, which I have to say was a bit more sedate than my husband's tuition. And that's the lock we're going into, and because she's a narrow boat, we only need to open one lock. So I'm going to close this behind her and then open the lock at the end to empty it. The locks are very greasy. Elsa's out to help, aren't you, Bubba? She's a bit confused because normally she stays on the boat with me when I navigate, but today she's centre stage and she's helping us move. So that's where we are, and Pat's boat is just behind that. She's coming out now. I'm not going to embarrass her, so I'll just show you the tip of the boat coming out and then I will stop filming because I think she's a bit nervous because she doesn't normally do the captaining. This little family of geese have been nestled around where our mooring is. I'll just zoom in for you. But they started off with 6 babies. And very sadly, one of them got caught in the overflow and the lady next door tried to fish it out and couldn't. And it looks like the second one of the others did exactly the same thing. Aren't they gorgeous? Off, leaving Wootton Rivers and heading towards Burbage. We have a tunnel to do today. It's quite late on in the afternoon, but we felt we would leave it till later when Jamie finished work. And so we're now leaving and we're going to do a couple of locks and the tunnel probably, and then do the rest tomorrow. It's about 8 locks in all.
So we leave our mooring for the last 2 weeks. Beautiful, and it's the last place that our little mare was with us. So now we are off to Timbuktu. We're not going to make the top lock in time because it'll be closed by now. But it's a bit of summer evening cruising or spring, whatever. It's summer, right? Okay, summer now. And yeah, we're just gonna cruise up a few locks, more up tonight, and then tomorrow we're going to do the Bruce Tunnel tonight, which will be interesting. And then tomorrow we'll fill up with water at Crofton, and then we'll go on and we'll find a nice spot to moor and get the cars.
We're in. Beautiful summer's evening for this. My job is done getting us in, however I did cock that right up. It looked so simple to come in and I messed it right up. So now Jamie's going to open the locks up and I'm going to have to come on. It's fine closing that lock. This little girl has been brilliant. We're in the second lock.
Okay, so we're in the Bruce Tunnel. My wife is driving. First wide beam she's driven in a tunnel. Of course, she needs my full attention and assistance, but she's doing it. She's doing it. Well done. There she is. Look.
Scary. So good evening everybody. We've arrived at the top of the locks at Crofton. However, they shut the locks between 8 and 4 every day, so we are temporarily on a lock landing and I am cooking some supper. Just have to show you this knot that is held up overnight. It is the one that I made on my own. And it's about 8 o'clock in the morning and we're just surveying what we're going to do today. And we're just setting the locks this morning, ready to do the Crofton flight downhill. So we're almost there on the first lock of the day and I'm off the boat. My husband's all ready for action. And Pops, oh I don't know where's she gone. Oh, she's behind me, hang on. There she is. She's going to be with Daddy today, doing the locks with him, aren't you? You can be a good girl. You can be a good girl. Yes you are. Just about to open the gates. Opening the gates. Trying to do this while holding camera is not so easy. Gorgeous day. Now I'm going to move the boat in. See you in a bit. You can see from the angle of the boat that we didn't do that very well because Jamie opened the second lock down to try and give us some flotation, and sadly the boat started to tip, so I'm now grounded. So he's gone up to the other lock behind to open that one up to get some water through. So I think the moral to the story is we do one at a time. GWR just going past and we're in. A lot of beaching, a lot of swearing, but we're in. Just hanging back. Hubby's gone to the water point. There's somebody on it, so I've got to hang back. These bow thrusters are invaluable. Just filled with water and husband is just cleaning the roof to get rid of all the gypsum, I think he calls it. He said it's like having two jobs. So good afternoon everybody. Well, we are on the great trek back to go and pick the cars up. We've moored temporarily at Crofton. Whether we move off for the visitor moorings today or tomorrow, I'm not sure. But now we're having to trek back to the cars. And the idea is that we bring the cars back up, do a bit of shopping, and then we're done. I tell you what, it's a busy old life as a boater. Still walking. We're still walking. But we've just come across our little gosling friends. And they've still got 4 babies. So it's looking good. Only about another 10 minutes to the car. So we've just parked in the car park and we're now going to walk to the boat. It's absolutely beautiful down here.
It's a much better roof. Hasn't got ledges.
Hasn't or has?
No, because ours has got this bit there.
Yeah.
And a channel that collects leaves and dirt.
Yes.
This just brushed it off. Much better idea.
There you go. So there's a man who's been cleaning the roof all morning. We must have walked about 10 miles today. We've parked the cars at Great Bedwyn and now we're walking back to Crofton. And I've got my best buddy waiting for me. And she just called me and said I'm in the area. So I said we're walking back. Lovely surprise to see them. Look at this cheeky fella. He's just nipped on our boat. I was just opening a bottle of naughty alcohol in the kitchen and he came up onto the boat and shat on the floor. So he was shooed off by Jamie and now he's sort of looking for food or something. See, you'd only get that on a boat. This little girl is completely shattered after 10k with Mummy and Daddy. Good morning everybody. Seems to be a bit of a wildlife video this one. We've just met this little chap who is very cold like we are, resting in his little shed. He's having a lie-in. Say good morning my darling. Good morning everybody. We are at Crofton on visitor moorings and we're moving today up 4 locks to get to Great Bedwyn. It's only about 11 degrees and I've had to bring the washing in. Notice new washing line because we've had a bit of rain and it is really chilly, so I'm all wrapped up as you can see. Tired?
Fudge. Oh.
What have you been carrying all that way?
This pile of whatever it is.
Well, you've only been walking 10 minutes with one in each arm. We've only got to go to the white boat up there. That's it.
See the look on my wife's face. It's worth the pain I'm going through right now.
They're going to make the boat look so gorgeous, darling. So lovely.